Coming up towards 10 minutes after 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, CARICOM member states, of which Trinidad and Tobago is one, of course, will now have the opportunity to engage in two initiatives related to sustainable energy. The CCREEE project preparation facility and the CDF Credit Risk Abatement Facility project were announced and launched last month by the CARICOM Development Fund and the CARICOM Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency. The project aims to address financial barriers, and here to tell us more, we are joined by Sapphire Vital, who is the Project Development Associate, and we should be joined in a little while by Charlene Bodley, who is the Project Development and Gender Expert. Ms. Vital, thank you very much for joining us. I know it can all sound very technical, and sometimes people struggle with all of these long names and so on, but tell us essentially what we are talking about here with these two projects.
So the two projects really work hand in hand. So the first is the project preparation facility with CCREEE, and that is where I currently am. And really what the facility aims to do is to support sustainable energy projects from CARICOM member states with technical assistance, advisory services, and really importantly with matchmaking services with financiers, financial institutions, so they can really get their sustainable energy projects off the ground and financed. And the CARICOM Development Fund CRAF, which is the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, is more targeted towards the financial institutions and providing them with guarantees so that they can finance the sustainable energy projects, and especially targeted at small and medium-sized enterprises.
And I should have mentioned that you are speaking to us from Barbados, and we appreciate you taking the time to join us this morning. So who qualifies for this? Are we talking about private sector? Are we talking about government agencies? Who qualifies for these facilities?
So in terms of the PPF, we are right now open just to private sector organizations, but we do plan to open up our services to the public sector in 2021. And the CRAF is aimed towards private sector organizations, financial institutions.
And as far as the rolling out of the process, is it essentially, clearly it's intended to help us move towards renewable energy? And it's just been launched, so it's early days yet. What sort of interest have you detected as far as the use of these facilities and the services of CARICOM in helping to move us towards greener energy?
We have had a lot of interest so far. Just to give you an overview from the PPF side, we have approximately 5 applications that are coming through, and we're, within the new year, we're hoping to get a lot more interest coming through to the PPF.
And as far as that process, what do people essentially have to do? Let's say, for example, a business entity right here in Trinidad or some other part of the Caribbean say, well, okay, I want to find out more about this. I want to sign on to it. I want to benefit from it. That will allow me to move towards green energy in my business or whatever it is. What is the process like?
So the process is pretty simple. There is an online application form that applicants can access through our webpage, which is www.ccree.org/ppf. So on that webpage, they will have to fill out a registration form, and through that registration form, you'll have access to the online portal. So that would include submitting the online application form, as well as attaching some relevant project documentation. So for example, we ask for a project summary, and we advise applicants to include a document that shows the financial viability of the project that they're looking to do.
So that as we're working through the process, we're talking about new projects here. We're not talking about existing businesses who want to go green?
Well, actually, we're talking about a range of projects. So we're supporting projects that are at different, and organizations too, that are at different phases. So really all it is that the minimum is that we require that you have some form of conceptualization of the renewable energy or energy efficiency project that you're looking to do. And with that, some form of, indication of the financial and the technical viability of the project. But it can be an organization that is in its early phase. It can be a small or medium-sized enterprise, or it can be a more established organization that needs help with, let's say, just the final stage of the project in terms of getting financiers, or they might be more at the middle stage in terms of doing feasibility studies. So we're supporting the whole range of project development.
And I suppose, obviously, when people go on the website, they'll get all the information as to the requirements and so on. But what would be some of the key requirements as far as meeting certain minimum requirements to qualify for assistance via these projects?
Well, the qualifications, we've spoke of some of it already. So, of course, your project must be based in a CARICOM member state. You must be looking at renewable energy or energy efficiency technology. We do ask that if you have a hybrid project, for example, that you do have an adequate share of renewable energy that is being a part of that project. In terms of the organization, must be a private sector organization. And as I was speaking of before, in terms of the project stage, we do ask that you have at least conceptualized your project. But apart from those four things, we really are open to different stages, different types of organizations, private organizations, to apply to the PPF.
And what sort of take-up are you anticipating with these initiatives? Because I suppose right now with COVID-19 and all of the different challenges associated with it, we are very different, and different, even though we are all together as CARICOM, different priorities and so on. What sort of take-up are you anticipating heading into 2021 with this particular initiative?
I think that, especially with external challenges like COVID-19, it has been difficult for businesses, which I think should even push them towards renewable energy and energy efficiency even more, because it helps them to reduce the cost of operating their businesses, etc. So it is our hope that because of that, fundamental understanding, the fundamental rationale, that businesses would want even more to apply to the PPF to get the sustainable energy projects off the ground and to really fortify their businesses from external pressures like COVID-19. And through the PPF, hoping to support them in terms of helping them access finance for their projects, grants if it is, and the like.
And just the time is just about running out on us, Ms. Vital. And when we're finished with this interview, you could probably find out from Ms. Bodley where she went this morning, that we weren't able to link up with her this morning to get some more information. But you've done an excellent job, I must say. But just give the contact information once again. We have it on our screen as well. But for those who might be listening on the radio, driving around, and so on, just give us the contact information for those who would like to access more information on these initiatives.
Yes, so our website is www.ccreee.org/ppf, and you can email us also to find out any additional information at ppf@ccreee.org.
Sapphire Vital, Project Development Associate with this project of CARICOM. Thank you very much for taking the time to be with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome. And indeed, it is about moving in a direction where we should have been moving a long time ago, and there are lots of issues tied in with that. As we go to the break at 7:18, let's give you a traffic update. This time, it's down south in that area where there's never any traffic, except when you bounce up the red light. One of the few red lights you'll encounter in that bypass area. And you can't have it all your own way all the time. So as you can see, there's no traffic, and so what if you wait a few seconds politely at the traffic light, and you'll then be moving on your way in the morning sunshine. We'll be right back.